Hey, howdy and hello, everybody. Welcome back into Tier 1 Ascension. That was terrible. Welcome back into Tier 1 Ascension, T1A. We have Week 6 waivers for you. It's going to be an interesting one. Some little injuries here. I don't think it's the biggest week that we have out as far as spending. But it's definitely going to start getting into some spending now that we're getting into bye weeks as well. So let's get into it. All right. So like I said, waivers, week 6, and also the return of bye weeks, the first week of that. If you're liking everything, please click the like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and feel free to leave a comment, a question, heck, even a suggestion. So first up, we're going to start out with Eno. Benjamin. Injuries is going to equal his opportunity to get him on the field. He's been hovering between the second and third back. He has been getting touches. He's getting, 30, 40 rushing yards a game, 5 to 8 carries on top of Connor being there. Connor has rib injury. Darrell Williams has a knee injury. Neither one of them have been proclaimed as out or gone for a couple weeks, but it's definitely something to monitor. It might just be an uptick of rotations and snaps for Eno. This last week, he ended up taking up 54% of all the snap share, with both the other two running backs going out. They've already announced, too, that they're bringing in a variety of running backs to kind of work out. But Eno is the only one that knows the system right now. He's really good at pass catching. He's a great receiver out of the backfield. Caught all of his passes this last week. He's done okay at rushing. He's got a couple games where 7 yards per carry, and then the rest are 3.5. So I think he's got a little over 3.5 last year, and then 4, averaging 4 or so this year. But it's a limited rushing team. They always seem to be trailing. They like to throw a lot. And they really don't have a lot of people to throw to. So it's going to be a very interesting offense. D-Hop's coming back this week, so it's going to be very interesting to see the dynamic change. But it's still going to be pass-centric and really focused on that. Right now, Eno is only rostered in 18% of the leagues. I know Mike's got him pretty much everywhere, anywhere. All right, next up, Tevin Coleman. So interesting case for him is he was activated right before the Week 5 game, comes in, has 8 rushes, 23 yards and a touchdown, 3 receptions, 44 yards and a touchdown. And then Monday they put him back on the practice squad. Something interesting, though, is he's been activated twice from the practice squad, which means if he's activated a third time, he's got to have a permanent roster spot. So either Jordan Mason, I don't know. One of the 2 rookies either will have to be put down to the practice squad or put on IR and make a permanent roster spot for him. But he's definitely somebody that you can pick up. He's a San Francisco running back. We all know that means he's probably got a chance to have a role some week. And it looks like he actually did very well complimenting Jeff Wilson. I mean, the guy had to take a break. He was just scoring all over the place. All right, so next up, P.J. Walker, the last QB left in Carolina. Seems like ankles are a big problem down in Carolina. Baker's likely going to be out 2 to 6 weeks. Darnold, the last report we really had about him is he has still a long way to go. The last report I think was 8 days ago and still not close to ready. But he could come off IR at any time, be activated, and be ready to go. Probably likely he would back up PJ Walker, but at this point, who really knows? Because Matt Rule's gone. Everything's going to change in Carolina now. It should still flow through, CMC. Should still see some stuff go into DJ Moore. Outside of that, It's a big question mark. PJ Walker's performance hasn't been phenomenal in any way. He's had some okay games, scored a couple touchdowns. He's got a little bit of rushing viability, but for the most part, he's going to be like I have Jared Goff and Davis Mills on bye week. I need some quarterback to start. There's your guy. Currently rostered 0% of sleeper leagues. Shocker. All right. Darius Slayton had a great week this last week. It seems to be a revolving door in the New York Giants receiving core of spin the wheel. You're getting all the targets this week. Hey. So he came in and he had 6 receptions on 7 targets, 79 yards receiving. Yeah, it's a small pie in New York. I just don't see a reason to really go out and rush and grab any of these guys. I've had a couple of the rotations on my roster. I get them, hold them, drop them. And that's likely what you're going to do with Darius Slayton too. But if you're needing a wide receiver, take a shot. We got Wandale. We still got Kadarius Toney. They could be back anytime. I'm thinking that from what I heard from the reports, a lot of it is Wandale should be back this week. But again, who knows? Because it's injury reports, hamstrings, those things tend to linger. Currently, he's only rostered in 2% of sleeper leagues right now. Yeah, it should be the hat.
Hurt.
Oh, I said the hat was delivered.
Oh, okay.
I got to take a trip down to the mailbox anyways. I'll get it.
What?
Nothing. All right, let's see where we're going next. We have Zach Gentry and Connor Hayward. Freiermuth went out with a concussion this last week. Could be out. I mean, with the high sensitivity concussions right now, very likely he'll probably sit another week. So one of these two or both could fill in for him. We had Zach Gentry come in to get 5 receptions, 43 yards, which is a decent fill-in. I mean, especially in a tight end premium. You're looking over, 10, 11 points. We still just don't know what Pickett's going to do. He's a young quarterback, so they often look for tight end checkdowns, but we just don't know his tendencies. We really don't even know Pickett's favorite target yet. He's only had 1 game. So if you're looking for a streaming tight end for the week, one of these guys could be it for you. I mean, it's just going to be the luck of the draw and see if they work out for you. All right, Fad Budget. So these are what we're spending on these guys. We've got Eno, going to spend anywhere from $6 to $20. We just don't know his role. $20 is really looking at like, man, I've got Jamal Williams and Damian Pierce out for the week. I need a running back that could possibly start and get some, some points, something. Tevin Coleman, $5 to $8. I mean, low buy-in, low risk, low reward. You're not going to expect to have a whole lot come from him, so don't look to spend a lot. PJ Walker. This is where it's a little bit different on the variations of spending. again, you got Goff out, you got Davis Mills. You might need a quarterback. That's where you're getting close to the $20, $21. If you're just looking to take another Carolina quarterback, maybe you've got the whole collection, spend a couple bucks. Congratulations. Darius Slayton, $3 to $10. I mean, it's everything I said before. Everything's just limited on the upside. He's going to have another good game or two. He's a great young receiver. He's still only 25. Just seems like he's just been hurting our fantasy rosters for years because he just produces.
Sorry, are you recording?
That's right, I can edit it. All right, Darius Slayton, $3 to $10. I mean, the volatility of him is there. He's going to have some good weeks. He's a good young playmaker. Still only 25, so still good for dynasty rosters. Just when is he going to be good? And that's what he does to us every year. Does a flash in the pan here and there, and we're like, ooh, let's go get him. And every year we put him back into the waivers. So next up is Zach Gentry, $0 to $5. I mean, you're likely looking to stream him for 1 week, maybe. And same thing with Connor Hayward. He's further down on the roster, so don't even spend $5 on him. But these good guys would be good to throw into a taxi squad and see if anything comes out of them later. All right. A little bit different ending to this show here. I got a couple players to watch, mostly because they have two different paths going on here. Najee, looking to sit him for the next couple weeks. Unfortunately, it's the next 5 weeks. The Steelers end up facing Miami, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and have a bye week in there. So he's going to have limited upside, young quarterback, struggling offense. You can't run your way out of that with a bad O-line. So Najee's going to have some rough roads ahead of him. So, he's just a player to watch. Maybe people start throwing him on the trade block. Might be able to buy into a little bit of a dip. But again, the future look for Najee, it's looking a little rough right now. So just be aware and keep an eye out. DJ Moore. So like I brought up earlier, Matt Rule has been fired. So what does that mean? That means as soon as it was announced that Matt Rule was fired, there was already trade speculations that people were calling about DJ Moore. So a couple teams that could benefit greatly from DJ Moore, obviously not Carolina. They're not in a spot for that. But, the Giants, the Bears, they could desperately use somebody that's got DJ skills. So, yeah. So those are definitely two guys to keep an eye on, see what's going to happen there. Just want to make sure that everybody's aware of all the good stuff that could be happening out there. So again, it's the return of the bye weeks. Who's on bye this week? We have the Detroit Lions, Houston Texans, Las Vegas Raiders, Tennessee Titans. So that's who we got out there today. Make sure you're looking at your rosters, checking what you can do. That was terrible. So who's on bye this week? We've got the Detroit Lions, Houston Texans, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Tennessee Titans. So make sure you're checking your rosters. Make sure you're not subbing in a flex spot that's somebody that's on buys. And here's where the real fun of fantasy football comes in is bye weeks and beyond. That's when you got to get creative strategies. You start seeing some more trades rolling through. People starting to accept that they're not a contender. People are trying to think that they are and trading like it. So to me, this is the real fun of fantasy football is the first bye week and going forward until we get into the playoffs and everything. So that's all I've got for this week. I hope everybody's having a great time. Terrible. That's all I got for us this week. That's all I got for us this week. Crap. Well, that's all I got for us this week. Have a great one.